Hey there guys, John Campea here, and thanks for visiting my movie vlog as I give you my quick review of the brand new Netflix 2017 version of Death Note. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, I am going to try to review this movie as I do with a lot of other movies that are based on pre-existing material. I'm not going to make comparisons to the pre-existing material, okay? I'm just not. I believe in taking a movie and judging a movie based on its own merits, not on how well or how badly it compares to the original source material. This isn't the original source material, this is the movie, and I'm going to kind of review it as such. The basic story of Death Note, the movie, is basically this. You've got this average kind of high school kid named Light, who, out of nowhere, this book falls from the sky that says Death Note on it. What he realizes is that book was given to him by a death god named Riku, or Raikou, or I never pronounce it right, I'm just going to call him Riku for now. It was given to him by him, and basically the way the Death Note works is this. If he writes the name of a person in it, when they die and how they die, that person will die at that time the way they describe their death. It's a powerful book. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. This movie sucks. No, really, it's a tragic waste of time, and it's a tragic waste of a really good premise, and actually a tragic waste of not a bad beginning, because when the movie starts and it kind of sets up the premise, it does so pretty well. When Riku first emerges, by the way, he's voiced by Willem Dafoe, and he sounds great as this guy, he really does. And actually, hearing Willem Dafoe doing the voice of Riku kind of makes you wonder, yeah, he probably would be a pretty good Joker, but anyway, that's another topic. In the beginning of this movie, when we're first getting introduced to the book and we're first getting introduced to Riku and, you know, Light is meeting him. Light is the name of the teenage guy, by the way. Yes, his name is Light. Anyway, so they're meeting. It's legitimately creepy. Like, I'm watching this film and I don't often get like chills when I'm watching a horror movie, but it was giving me chills in the first couple of instances and in that first 10 to 15 minutes. Unfortunately, though, I believe the big downfall of Death Note is its runtime. The runtime is an hour and 41 minutes. This is a movie that really should have been about 2 hours and 15 minutes, another 30, 35 minutes long. Now, while an hour and 41 minutes is plenty of movie time for a lot of other movies, for this particular story, as you're watching it, you're realizing this movie is rushing, like rushing. They're setting up these characters that I'm not getting any sort of familiarity with. And then when they do something, the consequence of that is I don't feel or care anything for it because I didn't know. When L, who is this big kind of government FBI informant, senior level guy that works with the government, they never really explain what he is, and that's fine. But when L is going after Light, because Light is the one in charge of the Death Note and responsible for all these people dying, you're supposed to feel this amazing game of cat and mouse between them. You're supposed to feel the intrigue of the character L. You're supposed to feel the chess game that's being played between them, but you feel none of that because the movie's like rushing through all of its pertinent plot points so quickly that you never get a chance to soak in it, appreciate it, or even care about it for it to have any kind of payoff. And because there's no time to marinate on any particular plot point, when they execute the plot points, it just feels like nonsense. I got an idea. Let's kill these people, and people of the world will think there's a God who loves them. It's like they didn't spend any time on kind of rationalizing that out to make me as an audience member believe that's what actually happened. So when it does happen in the movie, it just feels kind of stupid and silly. Like with L, for example, I'll say, oh, okay, so I'm just supposed to accept that there's this like 23-year-old kid that the FBI gives full autonomous power to? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some redeeming qualities about Death Note. I already said the setup of the film is actually really good. The overall premise is really interesting and fascinating. Willem Dafoe's, the voice is good. The performance by Light, the lead character, his performance is actually quite good. There's also this great character actor named Shea Wiggum who plays Light's dad, who's also the cop in charge of the investigation into who is causing all these deaths. So there's a little bit of a cat and mouse thing too. And Shea, he's just great. I love Shea. I first fell in love with him as an actor when I really recognized him on Boardwalk, and he was terrific in Boardwalk, and I've always kind of now get excited when I see him pop up in something. There's also something to be said a few times in the movie, the way Light, the main character, once again, his name is Light, the way Light uses the Death Note to orchestrate events to happen. Like, it's not just kill this guy here. He actually orchestrates and composes this huge symphony of events that happen and fall like dominoes to create the events that he wants to create that are really kind of intriguing. And even though the movie feels rushed, they spend no time properly setting up things that are supposed to have big payoff, therefore they have no emotional response from us as audience members, and blah, 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 blah. The worst part of this movie is the ending. The way this movie ends is infuriating. Like, completely, I wanted to throw something at my TV. Bottom line here is, I was really looking forward to Death Note. They had a lot of promise. The movie started out strong, but then after the beginning, the first 10, 15 minutes, it just kind of becomes noise. And by the time the movie is over, I couldn't help but feel like I just wasted my time. Anyway, the important thing here is, what are your expectations for Death Note? Are you excited to see the movie? Have you seen it already? It is on Netflix. If so, what did you think about the film? Jump into the comment section, leave your thoughts. Remember, all film is subjective. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't like it. Jump into the comments and leave me your thoughts. Anyway, that'll do it for me, guys. While you're here, make sure you click on the subscribe button, become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And until the next video, I'm John Campea. Bye-bye.